there.
Hi, welcome to Curious Collection. I'm Will.
I'm Cinnamon.
We're going to talk today about product selection, what types of items to sell, and what's really working right now on eBay. We're going to talk about what we sold overnight and where we're at. So we did 211 yesterday in sales. For our store, that's actually kind of right on par, an average day for us. Trended a little low, but we are up 17.9% month over month. And we are up approximately 43% year over year.
So it is so important to look at those month over month and year over year numbers, because it's so easy to go, but like I wanted more, right? We want to get $250 a day or $300 a day because that's what would be better for our household. But we also have to look at it and go, okay, like there's growth. There's great growth. And we do have to be patient as a new small business. A lot of times those small businesses, this is good growth, and we just kind of have to be okay with that. And that's hard, but we need to.
Right. Any medium to large business growing at 43% year over year would completely crumble under that type of pressure. Mm-hmm. There would be massive problems with communication, with breakdown in supply chains. So I think that, for our business, we're handling that very well. Mm-hmm. We very rarely have a stumbling block where we're, maybe we'll list something we didn't know that we weren't supposed to list, or, use keywords that are banned, that type of stuff. And that's going to happen with anyone. But I think when you're growing at this rate, it's probably more prone to happen. So there's this idea out here right now in the marketplace where you can only source and sell the top of, the top 2%, the most premium cream of the crop. That's not our reality for where we live.
It would be awesome if it was. I mean, if we could just go out and we could just get like some awesome stuff that was like guaranteed to sell super quick. Like that would be so cool.
Yeah. And occasionally we do stumble upon those types of items. We've had the 1978 Kenner Star Wars figurines and vehicles, and they do sell amazingly quickly when priced appropriately. We've had the 1978 He-Man from Hong Kong. We've had some of that type of stuff. We've had
the Goonies game. That was super cool.
Yeah, Goonies 1984 Goonies game in original condition.
Yeah, it even had the poster inside. It was super cool.
Yeah, uncut board pieces, like amazing. We did fantastic with that. But the reality is that most of the stuff that we sell on a daily basis is kind of like what we're going to show you today. Mm-hmm. So we'll jump into what we actually sold. Some of it is, from collectors and a little bit higher end. So this Roger Rabbit, this is original 1988, 87.
And it's the applause. So it's got both the applause tag still in place and then the paper tag still in place as well. So this was a really good find for us. So it was great that we were able to pick that up.
Right. So again, that's a 2% item. 54.43 was our sale on that. Mm-hmm. But then we've got this People magazine from 2011. You've got Prince William and his bride on the cover. It sold for $7.53. Now we'll probably make $1 on that. Mm-hmm. Like that's not, again, and you could probably go out and find those any day of the week in any town across the country. Not super rare. Not very desirable. Frankly, it's been on the shelf, which is why the price has dropped down to where it is. We've got this black rhinestone mourning pendant.
So brooch. This is a really great brooch, and these we can find. So it's both a pendant and then see, it's got the pendant veil here on the back so that you can use it on a necklace or as a brooch. And it's black. And I did put steampunk in the title just to try to get that gothic crowd as well.
Right. So it's not something we'd find at a thrift store, but if we go to a flea market, guaranteed we'd find that any day of the week. Sold for $17.09.
Again, not huge, not a huge price tag. It's not one of those that you're getting more than $20 profit because you're not even selling it for $20.
Right. But we're talking about bread and butter stuff that we're going to be able to sell any day of the week. We'll be able to find it any day of the week. And really, this is a volume game for us. I'd love to be able to just find $50 and up items, but the reality is that you see in our daily sales, we don't sell the $50 or up items regularly. So when we get them, it's great, but it's not something we can really find, enough of to build a business out of.
But we still have a business and it's still supporting our household. It's just not the fantastical, awesome stuff that, sensational things that you might think.
Right. So next up, we've got a guide to duplicate stitch or something. I don't even know what this is.
It's like some embroidery or cross stitch or something, but it's like super 90s. Like, look at that with like the turtleneck under the sweatshirt that's all embroidered and stuff.
Right. $6.35 on that.
Some grandma's going to be so happy.
Right. We're not, you could literally go to any thrift store in America and probably buy that for a quarter today. The fact that somebody's bought it, they're going to be happy with it. We're happy to get the sale. Playboy magazine, another one. You can find Playboys anywhere in the country. And they're not, typically you're not going to pay more than $1 on these if you can find them in quantity.
This is like one of those super thick ones too. So
19,
be careful of your shipping costs.
$19.67, or sorry, this is a 1967 issue sold for $15.81. So that's a pretty decent price point on that. We've got some BCBG jeans. These were a special buy for us. We don't sell clothing typically, but this is the last pair we've had.
Of those size 24s, yeah.
The size 24. We bought about 65 pairs of jeans, and we paid around $1 a piece for them at an auction. The person that had them couldn't move them because in this area, the small sizing, there's not a lot of demand for. We figured that on a broader, more global marketplace, there would be. And it turns out that there is at the right price. They sold for $13.49.
Yes, that's the right price. Like barely anything at all.
We'll make between $3 and $4 a pair. This is I believe the 12th or 13th pair of these in this specific size that we've sold. So you see that it does add up. You create one listing and it sells till they're gone.
Yeah,
they're finally gone. We've got Postcard here. Postcards, I love the category. They are a slower selling category, especially on the more common pieces. But this sold for $4.32. 62 cents is going to be your shipping on that. And it's just going to go in a regular envelope with a mailer, a label on it. Anchor Donaldson line. This is one of those things that, might be hanging out in somebody's scrapbook or something and just perceived to be trash. Sold for $26.18. That's from the RMS Athenia in 1934.
What is it? Is it a menu?
That's a dinner menu.
Okay.
We've got an art glass ring.
This is a very interesting one. You can see that like shiny green glass inside. It's super cool. It's chunky funky for sure.
Right. $21.60. Again, on these jewelry pieces, guaranteed if you go to a sizable flea market, you will find stuff like this. So we got $21.60 on the ring. And then the last piece we've got is this Trifari signed faux pearl.
So it's got the faux pearl and the braided gold tone chain. And like he said, it's Trifari, so it is a named piece. So they'll get a little bit more recognition when people are looking for something.
Right. There are collectors out there that are looking for Trifari and they want to, complete that collection. There's also people that are just general collectors of costume jewelry, and they know that Trifari is a quality brand. So $29.09 on that.
That's awesome.
And again, these, that's a piece that we probably found it, sourced it at a flea market. And those are types of things that people will sell, sometimes for only $1 or $2.
Yeah.
Depending on the market, it really all depends on what you can charge based on what your consumer demand is. So on that piece, in the local area is very saturated with costume jewelry. So I guess that's the alarm to say goodbye. So hopefully, looking at some of these items, you guys can look and see, go, okay, maybe I am on the right track. Maybe we're completely lost. I don't know. But I wish everyone good luck and good sales.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe.